In the event your plot requires a formal title block, you'll need to create a layout. A layout represents the sheet of paper used to print the drawing. In this lesson, we'll select a layout and choose a sheet size. On my screen, I have an architectural example. This drawing represents a floor plan for a banquet hall. To start setting up for a plot, I'm going to move down to the bottom of the interface. Notice there's some additional tabs down here. Both of these start with the word Layout. I'm going to click to select Layout 1. Each layout represents a configurable sheet of paper. Layout 1 also includes an object. This is called a viewport. We'll talk about viewports in a little bit. For right now, I'm going to click to select this, and I'll press Delete to erase it. This default layout represents a true size 8.5 by 11 inch sheet. To verify that, I'll open the Utilities panel and launch the Measure command. I will then click in the upper left corner of the sheet, and we can see that it measures 11 inches wide by 8.5 inches tall. Now, this is just a generic sheet. I would like to configure this layout to match my printer. To do that, I'll select the Layout tab, and then I'll move down and launch the Page Setup command. I will then click Modify. This brings up the Page Setup dialog box. Notice this looks very similar to the Plot dialog box. That's because a layout is nothing more than saved plot settings. I'm going to start by selecting my printer. I'm going to choose DWG to PDF. I will accept the 8.5 by 11 inch sheet size. When it comes to plot area, we do have some additional choices, but it's really easiest to use the layout option. We're essentially saying that we want to print this sheet. Scale is also very easy when working with layouts. This will always be set to 1:1 because we want our sheet to print at true size. Finally, I'll select the pen table. I'm going to choose monochrome. I will then click OK and close. This sheet of paper is now set up to match the properties of my printer. Take a look at this dashed line. This line represents the printable margin based on the driver that's used for the printer I selected. Anything I draw on this sheet that falls outside this dashed line will not print. Now that we've configured our sheet of paper, we're ready to move to the next lesson where we'll add a title block to this layout.